Today in this video lecture we will discussing on topic yeast. Under yeast we will see the definition, natural habitat, general characteristic, nutrition, reproduction, classification, beneficial and harmful effect of yeast. Yeast, they are the non-filamentous fungi. It is a kind, or we can see that it is a form of fungi that belong to the kingdom fungi, and it is an unicellular fungi. Yeast is an unicellular fungi. Okay, here is the definition. Definition says that yeast are the eukaryotic, non-filamentous. Okay, they don't have a filamentous like structures. Okay, they are the eukaryotic, but they don't have a filamentous like structures. Filamentous like structure, we can say that they don't have a thread like structures. Okay, unicellular fungi, they are typically spherical or oval in shape. Okay, here is the definition that says that yeast, they are the eukaryotic, they are non-filamentous, they don't have a filament, they are the unicellular fungi. They are the unicellular fungi, and they are typically they are spherical or the oval in the shape. If we talk about the natural habitat of the yeast, yeast are widely dispersed in the nature with a wide varieties of habitat. Okay, they are widely dispersed in the natures with the different varieties of the habitat. They are commonly found on the plant such as leaves, flowers, fruits, as well as they are found in the soil also. As they are widely distributed in the nature, they are found mostly everywhere. Yeast are also found on the surface of the skin and in the intestinal tract of warm-blooded animal, where they live as a symbiotically or as a parasite. They live as a symbiotically, which means that both the partner is getting benefit. As a parasite also, inside the host they are living and they obtain the nutrient from the host cells. So they are also found onto the surface of the skin and the intestinal tract of the warm-blooded animal. And we can also see that they are also found on the grass and vegetables also. They are also found in the sugar-rich substrate. Wherever the sugar-rich substrate they found, like such as we can give the example such as honey, molasses, wherever there is the overripe fruits like grapes, apple, pineapple, where they found most. And as I have told that they are also found in the soil also, they are also found in the dust and the dung also. And they are also present in the milk and the milk product. So these are the habitat. In the habitat, they are widely distributed. They are found in the sugar-rich substrates. They are also found in the grasses and the vegetables. They are also found in the wherever there is the milk and the milk product, they are found. The most common yeast infection is typically caused by the Candida albicans. Candida albicans, that is the most common infection wherever that is found, is due to the Candida albicans. So these are the natural habitat of the yeast. If we talk about the general characteristic, what are the general characteristic of yeast? As I've told that they are the eukaryotic single cell, which means that they are the eukaryotic, they are the unicellular. Okay, and how we say that the fungi are the eukaryotic? In that unicellular is the yeast and the multicellular is the mold. Like this way, yeast is the eukaryotic, they are the single celled microorganisms, which means that they are unicellular. A single cell can perform all the function. The size of the yeast is 3 to 4 micrometer. They reproduce asexual by mitosis and usually show the budding. Mostly they reproduce by all the three way: vegetative way, asexually and sexually. But mostly they reproduce by the budding. Ability to ferment sugar for the production of ethanol. Okay, they has an ability, yeast have the ability that they can ferment the sugar such as carbohydrate into the ethanol. So for example, here is the carbohydrate, or you can say that sugar is converted into the ethanol, or we can say that acid and gas. So they has an ability that can ferment the carbohydrates, or we can say that the sugar, into ethanol, acid and gas. They are usually unicellular and exist as a colony and used in the baking process. They are also used in the baking process. So, and one thing that we should remember, that the cell wall of the yeast that is made up of mannane, beta glucan and small amount of chitin, but it is in the small amount. Major amount, that is of mannane beta glucan. The cell wall of yeast that is made up of mannane beta glucan and small amount of chitin. So in the general characteristic, what we should remember, that they are the eukaryotic organism, they are the non-filamentous, they are the unicellular fungi. Their cell wall is made up of mannane beta glucan and small amount of chitin. Okay, and they has an ability that can ferment the sugar into the ethanol. The size is around 3 to 4 micrometer, and they mostly reproduce by the budding, and they can also used in the baking process. Budding yeast, referred to as a true yeast, are the member of the phylum Ascomycota and order Saccharomyces. Optimum temperature for the yeast growth, that is around 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. These are the optimum temperature that required for the growth of yeast, and quite acidic environment that favor the growth of the yeast. That is acidic environment such as 4.5 around 6.6. So these are the general characteristic. The temperature that required, that is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, and they prefer the acidic, quite acidic environment, slightly acidic environment that will favor the growth of yeast. If we talk about the nutrition of yeast, they are able to use varieties of different sugar. Okay, they has an ability, they can use the varieties of different sugar such as carbohydrate, and can ferment that carbohydrate into acid, alcohol and the gas. Okay, as I have already told you that yeast, they can use the ability, they has ability to ferment different type of sugars such as carbohydrates. They can ferment and produce acid, alcohol, you can say ethanol also, and gas. Most yeast are the facultative anaerobe. Most of the yeast, they are the facultative anaerobes, which means that they can grow in a presence or absence of oxygen. In presence or in the absence of oxygen, that will favor the growth of the yeast. So this is what all about the nutrition. They use the varieties of the different sugars. If we talk about the reproduction, as I have already told you that reproduction of yeast that can be done by vegetative, asexual and the sexual reproduction. Three types of reproduction has been found: vegetative reproduction, asexual, vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction. But in that asexual and the sexual reproduction that take place under the unfavorable condition. Asexual and the sexual reproduction that take place in the yeast under the unfavorable condition. In unfavorable condition, Mostly they go for the vegetative reproduction. In that also they go for the mostly, in the vegetative also there is the budding and the fission, and they mostly go for the budding. So here is the figure of the reproduction of the yeast by budding. Okay, mostly they go for vegetative reproduction, in that they mostly go for the budding. So this is the yeast cell. They have a cytoplasmic membrane, and along with that under that there is the nucleus material. Then there will be the development of bud will be found, and again that the new bud development will be seen. And like this way, sometime the bud remain attached to the mother cells. The bud will remain here, this is the bud, and that will attach to the mother cells. This is the mother cells, or we can say that the parent cells. Sometime the bud that will remain attached to the mother cells, and it may produce the further addition of the bud, like this way. There will be the further addition of the bud. Okay, like this way the further addition of the bud, this process will repeat it several times and result into the formation of branched appearance of the cells. This would be the branched appearance of the cells, something like this it will appear. This is termed as short hyphae or pseudomycelium. Sometime it is referred to as a short hyphae, or we can also say that a short chain of a cell, that is called as pseudomycelium. Pseudomycelium. This is what all about the reproduction in the yeast. This is the yeast cell. Yeast cell, the cell wall of yeast, that is made up of beta mannan glucan. Okay, then it is consist of the cell wall. The cell wall of the yeast, the function of the cell wall is to give the shape and also to provide the structural support to the cells. The function of the cell wall is to give the shape and to provide the structural support to the cell. So this is the normal structure of the yeast. In the budding, first of all there will be the development of bud, then the new bud will be developed, and from the new bud, the parent, from the parent, or we can say that from the mother bud, there will be the attachment of the bud. Like this way, repeatedly several times there will be the attachment of the bud, and that will be result in the formation of pseudomycelium, or we can say that the short hyphae like structure it will form, that is known as pseudomycelium. And in the certain yeast like Schizosaccharomyces species reproduce asexually by the binary fission, but asexually and the sexual reproduction, that is only found under the unfavorable condition. Here is the classification of yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The domain that belong to the eukarya, because they are the eukaryotic. Kingdom, they belongs to the kingdom fungi. Phylum, that is Ascomycota. Subphylum, Saccharomycotina. Class, Saccharomycetes. Order, Saccharomycetales. Family, Saccharomycetaceae. Genus, Saccharomyces, and species, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So this is the scientific classification of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and we have to remember this order. First the domain, kingdom, phylum, subphylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Now we will discuss the beneficial effect of yeast. What are the beneficial effect of yeast? Yeast are used in the baking industries. They are mostly used in the baking industries. They are the excellent source of vitamin B. They are the excellent source of the vitamin B. They are used in the production of all the alcohol beverages. Most of the alcohol beverages that is being produced from the yeast. And in the yeast mostly we go for Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is mostly used for the production of alcohol. They are also used in biofuels and they are also used in probiotics. So this all are the beneficial effect of the yeast, and they are also used in the medical also. Mostly yeast they use for lowering the of high cholesterol and triglyceride level using by caused by HIV or the AIDS, whatever that is due to the caused by the HIV and AIDS, they will lower down these higher cholesterols and triglyceride layers. So they are the mostly used in the food industries, and yeast are also used as a biotechnology also. In the biotechnology there is the advancement of yeast use of this also there. Okay, then mostly it is used in the fermentation also to ferment something to produce some alcohol like beverages. So it is also used in the fermentation also. Fermentation. So this all are the beneficial effect of the yeast. If we talk about the harmful effect of yeast, what are the harmful effect of the yeast? That is, yeast are many time contaminate the soft cheese. They are responsible for the contaminate the soft cheese. Yeast are also important pathogen for the humans. They are also cause some infection or the pathogens to the humans. For example, Candida albicans. Candida albicans, that is the yeast that is responsible for the skin infection. Like this way, another example that is a Coccidioides immitis, that is responsible for the respiratory infection. Then I can also give the one example that is Cryptococcus neoformans. Cryptococcus neoformans, that is mostly cause the pulmonary infection. Neoformans. Cryptococcus neoformans, that is mostly cause the pulmonary infection. So these are the harmful effect. They mostly contaminate the soft cheese, and they are also important pathogens for the humans. In that we have to give the examples such as Candida albicans that cause the disease such as skin infection. Then another example that is a Cryptococcus neoformans that cause the pulmonary infection. This is what all about the yeast. In that we have seen the definition. In the definition we have seen that they are the eukaryotic unicellular, and they are typically they are spherical or the oval in the shape, and they are the non-filamentous. Then we have seen the habitat. They are found mostly widely distributed in the nature, and in the general characteristic we have seen the size of the yeast is around 3 to 4 micrometer, and the cell wall is made up of mannan, beta glucan and small amount of chitin, and they are the eukaryotic, unicellular, non-filamentous. Then we have seen the average temperature and the acidic environment that will favor the growth. This is what about the general characteristic. After the general characteristic, then we have seen the nutrition. In the nutrition they mostly use the varieties of different sugars. Then we have seen the reproduction. In the reproduction they mostly go for the budding. In that we have seen the short chain of the cell that called as pseudomycelium. Then we have seen the beneficial effect and the harmful effect of the yeast.